I'm gonna share with you a piece of advice that took me about 6 years and how many clinical hours to figure this out. But this one bit of advice, if you can start to learn to implement this, to start critically thinking about this in a way that's related to the sport that you're doing, to the activity, to you sitting at work and the pain that you're dealing with, regardless of what you're doing, you will see a huge increase in how fast you recover by simply understanding this one principle. Now, before I share with you the piece of advice, I need you to understand that pain as a concept, I like to refer to this as an umbrella term, because under this idea of pain, there are many different types of pain that the body can experience, right? So if you take your hand, your arm, and you pinch it, what does that feel like? Some of you might say that it feels sharp, it feels intense, it feels very pinpoint. But if you take your fist and you punch yourself, that experience of pain will be experienced in a different way, where somebody else might say that that experience, that sensation feels deep, it feels broad, it feels achy, it feels like it's throbbing. So just off of that basic example, we can understand that the body can experience different traits, different characteristics, and different simulations of pain. Now, check this out. When I'm working with someone, they're on the table, and I'm putting pressure down their back, hamstrings, calves, and they'll say, Chris, stop, it's intense, it feels painful. Okay, it feels painful. Here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing. Just because something is painful, if you can tolerate it, right? It can be painful, but as long as you're able to tolerate this pain, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Because if we peel layers back from this it's painful statement, it's painful, but it feels like what? What else do you feel, right? Is the body pulling away? It feels painful, but it's aching. It's painful, but it's sharp, it's deep, it's throbbing. So we can ask ourselves, we can add another layer of filter to understand what is it that you're feeling, because this is what I realized in my clinical experience, my 10 years of clinical experience. There is a category of pain that I spent many years trying to figure out the right word to describe it. And it's a pain, it's a word that describes pain, but that's good for you. As I'm working with someone, as you're stretching, as you're self-massaging, it might hurt, but you want to look for this layer of therapeutic pain, okay? So pain by itself doesn't mean much, because pain can be throbbing, aching, sharp, and all these different traits. But what I look for when I'm trying to be therapeutic with my patients, as much as they might not think that I'm a nice guy, when I'm trying to help them, I'm looking for that layer of therapeutic pain where the body says to itself, okay, this feels pretty good. It feels comfortable to have pressure there. Although it hurts, it actually feels kind of good. So that's my advice to you. As you're foam rolling, as you're stretching, as you're getting therapy with myself, you want to look for that layer of therapeutic pain, because pain doesn't always mean something negative. In fact, it can be the thing that helps to release the tension in your body, because it's not going to always be pleasant to get the body opened up and relieved during one of these sessions, either in the clinic or as you're doing your self-care.